All right, welcome. It is round 4 of the August Tuesday Swiss. I'm playing up in the U1900, and my opponent is Dumiso Birchwood. Dumiso, I hope I'm saying this right. Really nice guy. I feel like I'm broken record. Pretty much everyone I've played has been really nice. It's really been really fantastic, kind of playing chess at the club. And for any of you friends or people who somehow stumble onto the YouTube, I really recommend playing in person. I've played so much online, but in person is just frankly more fun. It is nice to kind of touch the pieces, hit the clock, write down your moves, that kind of thing. So, a few notes about my opponent. The first, I was coming on in from the tee, and as I start walking up the station, downtown crossing, my opponent is right behind me, and I'm like, oh, hey, you must be Dumiso. And he's like, oh, hey, what's up? And we met each other, we chatted for a little bit. He, I think, stopped at a grocery store for either food or a drink or something. I headed on into the club. Moreover, my opponent has already locked up the win, so there's no particular incentive for my opponent to, like, win, draw, whatever. And for me, I think I detailed the only rare cases if I win, and then the people playing, I believe Justin and Daniel Paley, they would have to draw, and then I would share second prize. So really, there's no financial incentive entering this game. Other than that, I didn't really know much about my opponent. I really haven't known anything about anyone for the most part, other than people's rating. And it seems like he's a younger guy. I found out he's 19. It's kind of what I pegged him for, because he said that he looked me up and he found out my city council stuff. So I said, hey, are you able to vote? You know what I mean? Because I was kind of curious. And clearly very strong. Post-match, he told me, and I have, Dumiso, you made it seem like I didn't believe you. I definitely do believe you. But his bullet rating is 2,400, and his blitz rating is 2,200. Now, I am decent at both bullet and blitz, but I am nowhere close to that good. That is for sure. Again, I think as of today, I'm like 1,600 bullet, 1,700 blitz, I think, at best. Maybe slightly lower than that. I'm rounding up, to be honest, but close enough. So his ratings definitely put me to shame. I think it was a really interesting game, and I'm going to take you all through it. Other than that, as far as playing style and whatnot, I think, I just don't really know anything about my opponents. He was, when we went over the game after the game, there were a few points where, well, I'll get to it in the game. I don't want to spend too long, so let's just get started. He did say that opening, he knew the opening, but something felt off to me. He said it's a sideline. So far, everyone seems to know what they're doing. Oh, and after the game, normally, I get ice cream with my girlfriend, but because I'm not feeling 100%, my throat is a little bit raspy or whatnot. I just wanted to get home. I ended up taking the tea back with several people from the club, so that was kind of cool. Rather than just walking home alone or whatnot. So it was definitely fun and enjoyable. Unfortunately, this guy is going back to France, starting I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, whenever it might be. So I will not get a rematch against him for possibly a long time, if ever. Who knows? So let's see how the game. Dumiso Birchwood's playing the white pieces. His rating is 1532, but again, you guys have heard his chess.com ratings. He probably is a lot stronger than that. Against me, I'm still unrated. I think I'm just about at the halfway mark of my provisional games. All right. With that in mind, let's double check, make sure everything is going. It looks like it is. The engine's on. I was considering not running the engine and just trying to do like a non-corrupted version, but I'm not doing that. All right, anyway, the moves e4, e6. I go into the French. Again, I'm very comfortable in the French. I know it. Knight c3 is fine. It's a slightly off move order. I then play d5. I'm continuing basically the queen's knight variation. That's totally fine. I'm used to taking. I'm used to d4. F4 is a move which I'm actually not familiar with, but nonetheless, okay, and then, knight f3. Anyway, those are all moves. Whatever, it's book. I am familiar enough with all this stuff. He lashes out with d4. And now we've sort of transposed to the normal variation. Yeah, it says normal over here. This is what I've played online countless times. The right move is either to move the knight or take. And apparently you can also play the pen with b4. I play all three of these. Today I decided to play, what did I play? I played knight d3. No, I didn't. What did I play? Why? I played knight f6. Okay, totally fine, which is just the classic variation. So we're playing very, very standard stuff. If he pushes, that I believe is called the accelerated French, I think. which is a move, yeah, e5. It's a common one. If he plays the pin, is that the Steiner? Is that the Tarask? Again, another variation I'm aware of, sort of how to play around it. But he did something different. Let's see, what did he do? He plays D takes on e5, right? All right, let me just make sure I'm getting these moves right. Bishop d3. No, he plays bishop d3. No, he plays bishop d3. Okay, thank you. Because I blitzed my first 4 moves out immediately, and he said that this is book, but it's like a sideline. It does look like it's bad, or at least not great. And I went into the tank because that looks weird, and I was considering either c5 or a6. He did say after the game I did play the best move, which is great. I lash out with c5 because this felt slightly off. Like, I don't think in most situations the bishop is supposed to be here. I don't want to spend too long on opening theory. It seems like he knew the Swiss variation. I have a feel for it, but I wasn't really sure what was best. And by happenstance, I played the best moves. He then plays D takes on c5, which seemed strange to me. And like, I thought this was wrong. And again, he says this is a sideline, but I don't know. Now, apparently, I should take first. Okay, interesting. I considered taking, I considered developing my bishop, and I considered pushing. It looks like I did not play the best move. Too bad. I didn't consider e7. And I tanked like 10 minutes here, and I thought of all the variations. If I push, he can't obviously swing the knight out because I got this knight check. If he backs his knight, I have a big center. The only problem is I have the knight on f6, and I really want a pawn there. We talked about all this after the game. Again, I don't want to get too heavy into the theory, but it does look like, again, this is a line I'm not like familiar with, and it didn't seem right, but it does look like I'm supposed to go just simply d takes. That's interesting. D takes, knight takes, bishop takes. Yeah, interesting. He said this. He said the reason this is good for me is I can basically trade queens and prevent him from castling. Playing that endgame is like decent for me. So maybe I should have gone into that. I didn't do that. Nonetheless, I played d4, which still felt decent to me, but the computer gives me an inaccuracy. Thank you, computer. He plays knight on c to e2, so kind of the retreating move. That's the best move, and obviously the one that made a lot of sense. And I played e5, which is the third best move. It looks like the 2 moves I considered were just taking or pushing. And taking with the bishop is actually slightly more accurate. Whatever. Again, I don't want to get too heavy in the weeds on the opening moves. All I can say is I've spent a fair amount of time. This seemed decent for me because I feel like I have a strong center. He's kind of stuck in his development a little bit. But according to the computer, this is like a good position for him. So again, what the hell do I know? All right. Once this is played, he plays a3. Which is a pretty decent move, and it makes sense. He's obviously threatening to play b4. If I don't win this pawn now, I guess I could have played a5 here as well. Then what the hell am I doing? And now I decide, all right, let's recapture the pawn. I will no longer be down a pawn. Let's go bishop takes on c5, which is the best move. Okay, great. So far in the game, I've spent a lot more time than him. We have, decent French defense, and I'm, excuse me. Again, as mentioned, my throat is a little bit raspy, all that good stuff. So, all right. And it does seem like we're probably like out of book at this point. He lashes b4, which is like a typical move. According to the computer, it's not a good one, which is very interesting because it was the move I expected him to play. And the reason I really thought for a while is I wondered if I was supposed to go here, here, or here. And I feel very happy with myself, making all the best moves. I thought that I needed to retreat to d6. Because in the lines, I wanted to be able to defend my e-pawn, because I assumed that he was going to develop his knight to f3, and all the lines, he's immediately attacking the pawn, so I just wanted a defender so I wouldn't have to like waste a move with putting like queen on, c7 or whatever. So, by process of elimination, I played the best move, and I play bishop to d6. Great. Alright, and it looks like, according to the computer, the engine, we've reached parity. I've spent a bit more time, but I felt pretty good about my position. Again, I haven't had this exact setup or anything like that, so it felt a little bit unfamiliar. Normally, this bishop is kind of weak in the French, but it looked like it was pretty decent, so I was feeling pretty happy with myself. I was like, hey, chess isn't that hard. I very quickly will think chess is very hard because, as my opponent said, and I don't know if he was just being complimentary, but he said this was the most complicated game he's played at the Boylston Chess Club by far. Which, in fairness, I think it was a pretty freaking complicated game. So we're about to really break it down. Break it down. All right. And I'll probably not ad-lib as much because, again, as noted, the throat doesn't feel great. So I don't want to go off on a tangent. All right. Bishop d6 is played. Once d6, once I retreated there, he now plays knight f3, which is the move I expected him to play. Makes sense. And in all these lines, the reason I feel pretty decent is look at that. Lo and behold, my pawn is defended. I kind of have the grip on the center. Really, this is kind of what I want as black. You know, hey, not everything is too bad. I play bishop g4. Hey, it's the best move. My thinking here before castling, I feel pretty good about myself. Look at this. The opening was a big win for me. If I can damage his pawns, that's obviously bad for him. Yeah, just bad for him. I'm developing my piece. I need to get it out. My idea is I don't want to block it in with either knight. So yeah, it made a lot of sense to me. I also, yeah, all right. I don't really want to go too off the deep end. Looks like I played the best move. That makes me happy. He responds with knight g3, which is also the best move. Makes a lot of sense. He's like not really breaking the pin, but he doesn't want to have to take with the g-pawn. He's now self-pinning his queen. I don't think it's a big deal. And ideally, he's trying to maybe jump a horsey into f5, which is really problematic. Maybe I should have tried to stop that. Oh my god, I'm going to be playing the best moves. I feel so good myself. My plan this game in the opening was really strong. All right, I'm tapping myself on the back because, hey, maybe I play good moves sometimes. All right, nonetheless, I'm considering a5 to break open the queen. His pieces are all here on the king side. I want to basically get some activity or castles. And yeah, I castle, which is basically the best move. Once my king is safe, because it looks like I'm in lockdown, my opponent responds with castling, which makes a lot of sense. Apparently h3, he should be bumping it back first. But nonetheless, he plays castles. And in this position, awesome. Look at that. I analyzed. I'm down like already 20 minutes at this point, for the record. And I thought the best way is to lash out with a5. Ideally, my thinking was basically this. I have weird knight setups where I kind of want to get the pawn chain. That's kind of like where I'd be strong. I'd have the bishop on the outside of the pawn chain. If I could ever trade off my bad bishop, now my dark square bishop is the bad bishop. And ideally, yeah, I can develop my my knights. I was afraid of him pushing b5 if I play knight c6, because I'm basically just like moving it back, or like I'm really stuck with space. So I thought I had to expand. Yeah, computer agrees. All right, awesome. Basically, I'm trying to build a little bit of territory, kind of stake my claim. My thinking is if he takes, that's good for me. If he doesn't take, that's good for me, because he has the pin. I didn't actually expect him to, I expected him to take, for the record. But, yeah, that's not what happened. Anyway, I play a5. I know I'm going off the deep end. These aren't even the variations. I'm trying to like speed past the opening a little bit. I don't want to get too bogged down in the weeds here. You know, we're already 12 minutes in. All right. A5 is played. I did expect him to go B takes. Yeah, I thought he was going to go B takes, and this is what I saw. And I was going to develop my knight here. He'd have the doubled pawns. I'd have the active pieces, and I would very easily be able to win back a pawn and maybe put pressure on the A file. That was my plan. So I'm glad that the computer kind of gives me the DAP, because that was my plan. Surprisingly, he immediately he breaks the tension first by playing H3, which makes sense. He's basically bumping my my bishop back. Wow, they want me to just take. I thought that this piece was more valuable. I didn't want to move back because I thought if it takes, I'm worse there. But according to the computer, taking the bishop, again, these are the things I don't really know why. Yeah, okay, because then I can continue my plan of winning the pawn over here. Interesting. All right. Instead, I played the second best move, which still equals bishop e6, which isn't really a mistake. It's just not the most accurate move. The computer calls it an inaccuracy, which is kind of a bummer. It's the second best move. But my thinking is I'm still defending the knight jump. I have decent scope here. I'm not kind of preventing myself from playing the f6, which is where I would like to with that pawn, etc., etc., etc. All right. Nonetheless, at this point, he plays... Did I miss a move? Yes, I did. All right, typical me. I knew I missed a move. All right, ignore everything I said. I play a5, and rather than h3 here, let's delete that. Yeah, it's because here, once I play a5, he does play b5. And this was surprising. I didn't expect this. Now, they say it's an inaccuracy because I'm supposed to just develop my my bishops here. But ugh, I keep doing this. I keep saying the wrong name of the pieces. I thought I wanted to develop my knight. Ideally, this is not being taken away, and maybe I can put it here. But I then thought, all right, maybe that this b-pawn becomes a weakness, and I can push a4. it's the third best move, and still quite good for me. So I guess the computer kind of taps me on the back that, yeah, this position seems pretty reasonable, and I do play a4. And the reason why, again, and he said after the game when we analyzed, he didn't think that this was that much of a weakness, but I did think that I would be able to, like, gang up on it long term, and I did think I was going to win this pawn. Like, I thought it was, he has no way of supporting it with his pawn. I can always just take. Again, I thought this was good for me, so I'm spending a lot of time, but the computer does say I'm making pretty good moves, so that's cool. All right, he responds, now he plays h3. Okay, cool. And, all right, oh, great, okay. Hey, look at that, guys. When you change the move order, the computer does not want me to take because I guess there's no pawn to win, and they like my move best, which is just dropping it to e6, which has kind of made sense to me. It seems like that's where it belongs. All right, according to the computer, I am better here by like half a pawn, so what a relief. In the game, I felt pretty comfortable at this point. Now my opponent responds with rook e1, and it looks like, I wouldn't say falling apart, but it looks like he's definitely not making the most accurate moves. I'm thinking that this kind of weakens the f2 square. I wasn't sure why he developed the rook out here, to be completely honest. He already has, like, he's overprotecting the e-pawn, and I don't really have an easy way of attacking it anyway. So when my opponent played this was the first, I mean, I know, like, according to the computer, there have been a few inaccuracies so far, but when my opponent played rook e1, this is the first time I did think that it was, like, that I was better, and that my opponent played the wrong move. All right, and I went into the think, and, all right, looking at the computer, they want me to play either queen c7, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me because it's kind of stuck and hemmed in here, queen b6, again, just trying to immediately gang up on the pawn, which does make sense, or get my knights into the game. And for some reason, I was really torn between playing knight f to d7, this knight here, or this knight. Now, you might ask, I'm going to remove all these arrows. Why is it such a decision? And the reason why is because, remember, my ideal setup was being able to push the pawn so I'd have a strong pawn chain. I did see that if I was to play this, which, for the record, this is what I played, knight f to d7, which is, it was like the fourth best move, but it was definitely an inaccuracy. I did see he has this knight g5, which I didn't think was as strong as it was. I was going to allow this. And the reason why is I thought if I got my knight in the good square on c5, and then he takes, and then I take, I would then be able to play queen c6, and I'm threatening the fact that he moved his rook. And that's kind of what I saw. So that's what I was going for. So nonetheless, when I played this, whereas I thought if I play this knight here, that all of a sudden my my knight on f6 isn't really going anywhere, isn't really doing anything. I don't have the opportunity to kind of like join my pawn chains, and I wasn't sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. So these were the two moves I considered, and for all those reasons that I thought I would then be able to, connect my pawn chains, and I would just have I'd be stronger in the center. Like, I just thought I was better there. And that's why I played it. But apparently, according to the computer, it's a mistake. Mistake! And the reason why is this was the move I thought he would play, which he plays, knight g5, and he's kind of like coming into my position. All right. And it looks like, I basically play the best move. And I thought, is it such a mistake? I mean, at this point, I have no choice. I mean, I'm giving up the bishop for the knight. But it looks like they want me to play queen e7, just kind of putting everything on lockdown mode. I play knight c5, but this is my goal. Like, again, I wanted the knight here, and I kind of sticking to it. I thought this was good for me. I thought this was the right move, knight c5. And again, according to the computer, it's an excellent move, fair enough, no problems. And the unfortunate thing is my opponent is very precise here. I saw if he just takes and I take, that this is better for me. For some reason, I didn't see him starting with queen h5, forcing me to play h6. But that's exactly what happened. And this is a lot worse for me, and you'll see why. Now, according to the computer, and again, there's only move, so once he plays queen there, obviously I pushed my pawn. I thought I thought I was fine. And then he trades. Knight takes on e6. Hey, look, the computer gives us a great move. I hate when they give moves like this great. It's the only move, and it's obvious. Like a 400 player would play it maybe. So, but whatever. All right, I'll take the daps when I can get them. All right. Nonetheless, and now he trades, which makes sense. And now this is the next time in the game I went on a think. All right, look, I played the best move, so I feel very proud of myself. But I thought, again, if I take with the pawn, I'm actually taking away his jump with the pawn. I can develop my queen. I'm attacking this pawn, and I just thought I was better here. The other move I considered was taking with the knight. I wasn't sure how strong his attack was, and I wasn't sure which one would be more defensive. But again, preventing this knight from coming into f5 I thought was very important, so I take with the pawn. And again, the computer likes it. It is, in fact, the best move. F takes on e6. All right, great. Once this occurs, the computer actually thinks the sack. So it's funny. He was telling me that he thinks this, basically the sack, he thinks it's, okay, that's what I would have played. If he sacked, I was going to actually play queen here, threatening that, and he has to move it back, and then I can obviously win the pawn, etc., etc. That's what I was going to do, and I thought that was good for me. Yeah, look at that. You check, he moves, and then from there, okay, there's a lot of like computer nonsense, basically trading off the knight for the bishop, etc., etc., and then you can retreat. All right, this is the line that we both thought. He thought it was a forced draw. I was not going to go to the forced draw line. I was going to play queen f6. But yeah, nonetheless, he did not sack here. Does not play bishop takes on h6. Instead, he plays, let's see, move 17, knight takes on e6, f takes on e6. He then plays bishop c4, which is a pretty good move. And I saw this. Again, I thought, by the record, this was the move I thought he was going to play. The long-term pin, but my knight is defending. Oh, God. So I am torn, and it looks like this is where I make an inaccurate move for sure. Maybe I should have spent even more time on this move. God damn it. And I saw that my pawn is pinned and he can move his knight in. And I talked myself out of queen to f6, which is not the best move, by the way. Apparently, interesting. Queen here, just try to take queens off the board would have been decent. Interesting. And the best move is the other move I was really thinking about, which is king to h7. I'm going to let you all in. If you all remember the game I played against Justin, I did a premature king move because I thought it was the right move, and I got absolutely obliterated. And unfortunately, that was in my mind here. So I thought to myself, maybe I shouldn't do that. But it made a lot of sense to me, putting my king here, because then he doesn't really have a sack. I can just take with the pawn. Yeah, and then I looked at the position. I thought queen f6 would make sense, and I looked at this lonely, lonely knight, and I thought, hey, maybe I'm supposed to get my knight into the game by playing knight to b7, and this might be to d7. And this, my friends, was... I'm going to say there's other spots where like the computer rates it as a mistake, wasn't really a mistake, but this is clearly a mistake. And again, I talked myself out of two better moves that I clearly should have played. And already now I have serious problems. All right, is what it is. So again, going back here, why did I not play king h7? It's definitely the move that I was looking at. And then he plays what, a2, bishop, queen e2. The computer just says for him to go back. Yeah, I have no idea why I didn't play this move. I don't know. This is the move I was thinking of, and I obviously should have played this. I'm just better here. All right, say la vie. What can I do? I instead thought that I wanted to stick to the maximum, getting my pieces involved. This is inaccurate. I thought obviously I'd have like this jump, or I'd have this jump to attack the queen, etc., etc. But it's just clearly mistaken. The reason why, as soon as I play knight b to d7, he hits me with the knight f5. Which is inaccurate. Again, he's supposed to sack before right away. And I am pinned with this pawn. He's got big time pressure on my king. He's obviously threatening to maybe win the bishop. And according to the computer, the only good line here is knight to b6. I do not do that. Last game, I was in a few tough spots, and I found the best moves. I was very proud of myself. This one, I didn't. And I played what is almost certainly going to be a blunder. I played what I thought was a forcing move, which is knight to f6. And the reason why I played it is obviously I'm attacking the queen. He can't sack there because then I obviously, whoopsies, win his queen. He can't take because I'm defending. If he takes my bishop, I just take and everything is solid, and then my queen is also defending the pawn. So I thought it was the best move, of course. If I didn't think it was the best move, I wouldn't have played it. And this is just brutal. And the reason why is I missed his move, which is so strong. It's the only move in the position, and I missed it. Queen g6. And once he plays this, Once this lands on the board, again, I'm down on time still. At a certain point, I cross him, and he's the one who's down on time. But as soon as he lands this, I do the, oh shit, I am losing here. And according to the computer, I am. 2.6 or whatever is rough. I look at knight e6, which is the best move. I look at queen c7, which is the third best move. I look at queen d7. No idea which one's better or so. I thought it was better to kind of connect my my pieces because obviously my opponent is threatening the mate. He also has this kind of nasty check, and he still has the sack looming. And again, he still has the pressure here that needs to be defended if at all possible. Again, knight e6, knight e8 was the better try, and it was something I was considering. Again, because then I'm defending. But oh boy, is this position suddenly very ugly. I just missed this move, queen g6. So fuck, he played quite a strong attack. I kind of folded there. All right, don't worry though, guys. The game is far from over. Let me just tell you that much. Far from over. I really battled with all my heart. All right. Once this is played, according to the computer, b6 is better. That's interesting. Okay, that's why it's good, because it dislodges the queen, the slow move, and forces me to, I guess, move over to this square. Obviously, he would just win it if I moved over there. He does not do that. Instead, he plays the slightly less accurate bishop takes. And once this hits the floor, the bodies hit the floor, I am in so much trouble. Oh my god, I am screwed. No matter what move I play here, I am just in terrible, terrible shape. And I don't even play the best move. Apparently, I can play queen to f7, and I'm just down a lot of material here. It's pretty nasty. But I play rook f7, thinking that obviously I need to protect this the mating square. But everything is just going bad to worse. And everything is bad. Everything is horrible for me. I can still never take this queen because I'm pinned. All his pieces are swimming by me. This is only defending that pawn, but it's not really doing much. And my opponent was very accurate here. He plays the best move, bishop takes on g7. For the record, I thought, obviously I'm wrong looking at the computer evaluation. I thought back here, no, it wouldn't have been good. I thought that maybe there was a knight check with a pin that was even stronger, but it's not. He played basically the best move. All right, whatever. He then plays bishop takes on g7. I obviously have to play rook takes. I'm just going to be down in exchange as well as pawns. He then plays queen takes on f6, which is really bad for me. I play the only move, rook e... apparently I can play... No, it is the only move. Rook e8, and again, the reason why is he's got two attackers. I need to defend this pawn. Obviously, I'm going to be down the exchange. This is just horrible. Plus 4.0. All right, whatever. It's just horrible. I have totally splooged all over this game, and there's really not much I can... I fucked up. I had a pretty comfortable position, and I got attacked, and I made inaccurate moves, and boom, I got roasted. Oh boy. Alright, well, I play rook e8, and my opponent is playing quite well. He plays... Well, actually, maybe not. According to the computer, he should just be building this up, because there's not much I can do. Instead, he plays knight takes on g7 right away. And again, it's still lost. I have to take. I have to trade everything, which is what happens. I then go queen takes. He plays queen takes on g7. And I take king takes. And at this point, I remember I have 44 minutes on the clock, and my opponent has about 50. I am 5 minutes behind him, and he still has about half his clock. And at this point in the game, once I make the forcing move, my opponent looks over at me. He just has a super winning position. He then plays f3, which I guess makes sense. He's trying to just shore up his pawns so that he can maybe move his rook. It's not the best move. The best move is g3, just kind of building and start pushing these pawns. But nonetheless, with f3, at this point, I'm in a lot of trouble. Now, according to the computer, 2.66 or whatever is not terrible. Well, it's quite bad, but it's not necessarily completely over. But I decided rather than resigning, I'm going to just blitz moves. So I kid you not, from this move 26, for the next 40 moves, I made them in about 7 minutes. I was blitzing. And believe it or not, it was really working. It was really working. You'll see. I just decided to move really, really fast. My opponent did go from about 50 minutes to 18 minutes, so during that time. So just kind of keep that in mind with the time pressure. I'm just trying to move as fast as I can. My thinking with this position for like a blockade is he's got a light square bishop. I want to basically try to remove pawns on light squares. I want to free up my pieces. Maybe I can like attack or something. He's attacking this pawn. I want to move my king over. I want to move this pawn up. And I just start blitzing. I figured I'm pretty screwed here. But if I can like make something out of nothing, then it'll be that'll be amazing. Like whatever. At this point, game is lost because of shoddy play by me and really strong attacking play by my opponent. By the way, I definitely should have tried to trade off queens. I think so far in all my games where I've lost, my opponents have done a lot more with their queens. I think I should look to play more queenless middle games because I think that's where I'm better than my opponents. I'm definitely looking at like how this game went down for the record and all my games. I'm definitely the better endgame player than a lot of these opponents, and everyone seems to be a better middle game player than me. Like that's been my read so far. Like 13 games in. Like in the middle game, I'm kind of getting outplayed, even with plans. I'm just like kind of failing to see tactics that they're seeing. But then in the end game, I'm kind of doing better than them. That's like my brief view of like the strategy, if you will. Nonetheless, I then start moving fast. I play King F6. It's a fine move. So keep in mind, every move I play from this point forward is made within like 10 seconds, basically. All right, he plays H4, which is a fine move. He criticized himself after. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Now once that's played, I play B6. I'm sticking to the idea. I've got a bastion. It's no longer a target in any line for his bishop. I'm freeing up my pieces so I can kind of get them involved. All right, perfect. He plays G4, kind of getting the pawns rolling. Still like the second best move. That's good. Makes sense. From this point, I play the best move. No, I don't. No, I do. Or one of the best moves. All right. I play Rook H8. My idea here is I'm attacking this pawn. He has only one way to defend it, and then I can get my king in, which is exactly what happens. The computer, funny enough, wants him to bring his king in and just sack the pawn, which makes sense because then maybe he can force the like a rook off, and then it's a much easier position for him to play. So I actually think he had unnecessary complications, to be honest. Definitely made this game very exciting from a pretty lost position where maybe, guys, I won this game. Maybe it was winning. You're about to find out. All right. Anyway, he plays H5, and I think this is a mistake because it lets me move my king in. They want me to play a bishop F8 possibly, or C8, basically taking the file. Interesting. I think it's more important to make my king active and play king to G5. Yeah, they like my move a lot. Again, according to the computer, 2.5 is like, it's losing, but at this level, even though my opponent is a very strong player, it's not clear that they're going to beat me. So really, I'm not resigning this position. I'm going to make them beat me. Like I thought I had some counterplay. I thought I had some tricks and tips. All right. And my opponent is finally now not playing all as accurately. He was crushing me in the middle game, but he starts making some moves that honestly are not great. Well, the computer still likes his moves, so what do I know? He moves his king in. I think I need to move my king in. Maybe they hate my moves. Interesting. Yeah, okay, they do. I thought, again, this kind of ties his king down to the f-pawn. There might be some lines where I can jump. Who knows? Just trying to make something happen. If I get mated or if he finishes me off that fast, no harm, no foul. I'm on playing house money at this point. He plays Rook A to D1, which I don't know what he's trying to do with this move, actually. The computer still thinks it's fine. He's like preventing me from, maybe he's going to gang up like that or something. I don't know. And I saw this line of if I move my bishop, I can maybe like win back in exchange. So I just play it. Bishop E7. Makes sense. It seems like an excellent move. Again, that's what I'm threatening pretty clearly. He should have not let me do this. He plays Rook D to C1. So he's kind of like... Yeah, again, maybe because I was moving so fast, it kind of routed him a little bit. But this is just clearly a mistake. And for the record, as soon as he makes this move, and I play, obviously, bishop H4 check, As saw, if he like moves the king for whatever reason, I can of course take. He plays king e2, which is fine. I then trade and I win back the exchange, and now it's like, I don't know. It's a rook endgame with like he's up 2 pawns. It's still probably lost, but I thought at this point I was moving super fast. I thought maybe I could actually, maybe I can scrap off a draw. You never know. Obviously, if he takes with the king, by the way, it is completely one for me. Why is that? Wait. Yeah, because I would just take his pawns. Okay, right. I was looking at the top line. I was like, wait, how does that happen? Why would I move my rook? Right, if he takes with a king, I just come in with a king, and then I'm better. I'm winning. But he doesn't do that. He takes with a rook. And he really shouldn't have let me win back the exchange, because honestly, at this point, there was no way in hell I was going to resign from this position, and I'm fighting like hell, and I thought maybe I can actually make magic happen. All right. Once that happens, he plays rook takes on e1. I then decide I need to activate my my knight. He's attacking this pawn. I can kind of blockade with a rook and defend this pawn at the same time, so I play rook h6. Computer likes my move. It's fine. Apparently, rook h7 with the idea of bringing it... I don't understand that. Did you see that? What the computer recommends? Moving it to h7 so that you can then move it to h6. Again, computer nonsense. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But I play rook h6, and I felt like I was basically maybe building a blockade. It's really hard for him to come in. He's kind of tied down to the defense of this square. He can't quite push the pawns, at least not yet. I don't know. This made sense to me. He then plays rook c1. The idea is he wants to push his pawn down, etc., etc. And again, I'm moving immediately. I start rerouting my pieces. They want me to just kind of chill out. It looked interesting. They want me to just kind of move back and forth with my rook, kind of force him to do something. The active line, which is about as good, is actually what I played, knight b7. The idea is I can land him on this d6 square, obviously attacking his bishop, etc., etc. So I thought I'd have more mobility with my piece, more range. So knight b7 is played. At that point, he now pushes c3, which was his plan all along. But I didn't think this was great. I mean, it is the best line according to the computer. Because I thought if he takes and I take, and then I'm able to push my pawn, I kind of fix my weakness, right? Interestingly enough, the computer wants me to take. Don't understand why. Yeah, I just feel like I'm getting creamed in that spot. But whatever. Alright, still objectively lost. I play rook f6 here. And I think the reason why is I'm fine if he takes, c takes on d, I take, and if I can maneuver my king over or so, then maybe I can start winning some pawns. I don't know. That was what I was thinking with this rook f6 move. He plays king f2, which makes sense. He's trying to prevent my king from coming in. That's why he does that. And then I play knight c5, just moving my pieces back. Second best move. Basically asking him, like, all right, how are you making progress? What do you do next? You know, prove it to me. Show me the money. Now he plays c takes, which is the best move. I obviously take back with the e pawn. Makes sense. It's a pretty natural follow up. And then he plays. It sounds that the computer wants him to play h6, h1. Wow, I'm tired. I'm just spoiling the moves. All right, with the idea of like pushing the pawn, which makes sense. I in turn play e5. It's the third best move. Whoops, he does this first. Excuse me. Rook h1 here, which is the best move, and now I play e5. With the idea that I've solidified the pieces. Interesting. If he pushes, it's over, but if he doesn't, it's very, very close. My thinking was that I'd be able to corral his pawn, but maybe it's not so simple. That was what I was thinking. He then plays, after e5, rook... Oh. After e takes, he plays... He does not play. Oh, he should have gone rook h1. From this position, after c takes and then e takes, he plays rook d1 here, which I think is a bad move. And the computer agrees. And the reason why is now I can lock up the position with e5. And again, still it's good for him, but I've built a strong center. I have a blockade going, and maybe I can prevent him from pushing these pawns. So yeah, life is good. Now he plays rook h1, and he's really starting to misplay things a little bit. I realized that if I move my king out of the way, I have like this check because this pawn is pinned, and I figured the best way to do it is to play my king over. Plus, it stops him from pushing the pawn because then I would be able to just win it. So I play king g5. It makes sense. It's the best move. Cool. And at this point, interesting. If I took a deep breath here, I would have realized that like I think I actually thought that I was drawing the game here. I thought that it was. I thought I was like even. I'm not. I'm down the pawns, but you have to understand the morale. In the opening, I got the better of him. In the mid game, he fucking crushed me, and I thought I was just objectively lost. And here in the end game, I feel like I'm making a big comeback, and I feel like I can totally do this. Once king g5 is played, he plays king g3, which is fine. Again, he's trying to prevent my king from moving on over. And I play rook h6, which is, again, the best move or so. Just trying to blockade his pawns. My thinking is I could basically just, move my pieces back and forth. And I was going to force him to show me how he's breaking through, Like, maybe I can just grip this. He plays bishop to d5. I'm not sure what that move does. I think he was saying that he was trying to, like, get around. I don't know. It's still a good move, so, whatever. He's not really making that many accuracies. And now I go on the aggressive, the initiative. I try to make some counterplay. I play knight to d3 with the thinking, of course, maybe I can have some jumps. Maybe I can start pushing my pawn, etc., etc. He plays rook h2. And I think he's just trying to stop me from pushing a pawn, etc., etc. I play rook h8. And with rook h8 played, it's a good move. My thinking as well, he can't push this. I mean, he could, but I win the pawn. I think I hold there, to be honest. So I'm still forcing him to show me the way, show me the money. He plays rook c2, which is the best move. And as soon as he does this, again, I was going to claim the file if he didn't. I just simply move back, knight c5. And I'm blockading it. He can't come through. I thought, again, I actually was considering, I think I told him this, I was considering him offering a draw at some point here, but I thought it would be kind of disrespectful, given he's up 2 pawns. But I thought that maybe this is a draw. Now, obviously, he wouldn't take it, nor should he, but this is not so clear that he's always going to beat me in this position. Yeah. All right, once I play knight c5, he's back to the drawing board. He now plays bishop c4. Okay. Kamiro still really likes his moves. It's not like my opponent is playing badly at all. And I play rook to d8 with the thinking I now have an open file. I have the pass pawn. Maybe I can strike for some counterplay and try to win this game. And I was getting a little excited at this point. It is the best move. Awesome. My opponent plays rook h2 again. He's kind of... does he really? Bishop c4. Yeah, then he plays rook h2. He's kind of spiraling a little bit. I mean, it's still like one of the best moves. There's nothing wrong with it. With the idea that we can race. I play knight to d6. No, I don't. What? Is that a rook? My handwriting is pretty bad here. But it is the best move. Again, I'm trying to shut off the pushing the pawn. Again, still trying to make him beat me. He plays bishop f7. He's now infiltrated with his bishop. And now I play d3, which striking at the middle. He said he thought this was a mistake after the game. I don't agree. The computer thinks it's the best move. I have to be aggressive here. I have to try to basically threaten to win a queen myself. Again, they would have liked me to just play rook h6, just kind of keep the blockade going. Maybe I should have, but I thought this was, again, possibly giving me the counterplay, the winning chances. All right. He then plays bishop d5. He goes back. The reason why he plays back is he's now afraid of my pawn. And here I play knight b3. It is the best move. And the reason why, and makes sense, is he can now never take. because then I'd be able to basically, if he some reason takes, I would take with the pawn. You know, whatever he might do, if I take like that, you know, I'm queening. It's over. I would be able to push a pawn. Wait, what would I do there? I would just push the pawn, and it would just be over. Yeah, the two juicers, if you will. All right. In any event, I play knight d3, and there's only one move that works. It's rook h1, but that's not what he plays. Look at that. I'm coming back, guys. He plays king f2, which is the second best move. He's still up equivalent of a pawn, but it's like very dicey here. It is very dicey. I might be, you know, getting my. I might be I might be queening. Who knows? It's very, very possible. All right. 49, king f2. I feel like I'm like really low on analysis this game, but it was kind of an exciting game. I'm kind of letting the moves speak for themselves, and my throat hurts a little bit, so my apologies. My analysis is pretty poor here. I'm not even talking about like candidate moves, but again, I'm just kind of like blitzing at this point. I play king f4. My thinking is I want to get closer to the action, this is just a losing move. Interesting. What did I need to play here? I needed to play knight d4 first. Or I can push d2. Those are the two moves I have. I thought I wanted to get the king in and then move the knight to that square. Alright, well, this was a bad move. For precisely the reason is he plays h6. Yeah, apparently I need to just race him. Gotta race him. I respond with rook d8, which is the second best move. But it's back to lost. Damn, that's a shame. I battled so hard to come back to like almost an even position, and now I've blown it again, just moving really fast. By the way, again, he's down quite a lot on time now. He plays h7. Interesting. Now, believe it or not, he can take because I don't have time to make a queen. Interesting. Huh, how funny this stuff is. Alright, well, nonetheless, he just plays h7. His plan is very, very obvious. Apparently I should still play d2. Maybe. Yeah, I put my piece in jail. Oh, no. Rook h8. Alright, well, now it's back to just lost again. Totally lost. He's apparently supposed to just take. And it's just over. But that's not what he does. Instead, when I play rook to h8 on move 51, he plays king h5. What? No, rook h5. And he's going for the checkmate. I see it. There's only one move. It's where I want my knight anyway. So I just very quickly play the best move, preventing the mate. And what's funny is he thought that the sack still works. Rook, it doesn't. Huh. All right. Well, let's look at that in a moment. Instead, he now plays bishop g8. Now he puts my piece in prison. Both pieces are basically out of the game. So not too shabby. I see the only line is trying to make a queen, so I play d2, which makes sense. And I'm actually just curious in this position, how bad would this be? Because he thought that this would work. Oh. No, not this position. Because I meant like after his piece is... after this position. So, sorry. Not here. I play d2. He plays rook h1. How bad is... Right. He plays this. He has to stop the pawn from queening. Computer gives him an excellent. Nice. And now I start taking pawns off. I play knight takes f3. Which isn't so bad. He plays king e2. It's the only move in the position, which is funny. Apparently I'm supposed to go d4. Huh, knight d4. Instead, I start taking pawns. I take the g4 pawn. thinking I can maybe swing on down or corral his pawns. I really thought that like it was equal at this point. It's not, but I'm still battling, still making him beat me. All right, he plays Rook F1. Yeah, we were talking about this, that he should just go after my own pawns here. That, like, that's the right thing to do. Alright, well. He plays Rook F1. Which is a mistake. But I still don't really have anything. Alright, well, I feel a little better, I guess. I play Knight G5. I do play the best move, which is good. They say he should take the pawn. He doesn't. He plays Rook H1, which is the second best move. He's kind of moving back and forth a little bit. And now I play Knight to E4. All right, well, I mean, I'm making a lot of very quick moves, and they're pretty good. But I'm still not better here. I told him I thought at some point maybe I was better, but I'm just not. I'm just various states of losing, I guess. All right, he then plays Rook. Moving his Rook a lot. After Rook H1, I play Knight takes on E4. He plays Rook H6. And, yeah, the plan is pretty obvious. It's another great move. He's trying to go after my pawns. And I see a funny line. Okay, so G5. Yeah, the best line is just rescue this. But I see this line. So I make a queen. What is the nomenclature? D1 equals queen plus. Okay, I wrote it down correctly, which is nice. All right, cool. Only move, king takes. Now I see the line that I played. I go queen to C3 check. He plays king to C2. And, yeah, here I'm supposed to just gobble the pawns. I thought maybe my piece was going to get trapped, which looks like, according to the computer, it very well could. And I just blunder. I'm blitzing every move. I'm playing mostly good moves. I thought I could take. He would take. I would take. But then my piece might be trapped. But I could then be able to move it back. He would take with the bishop. And then I would win his pawn. And I thought maybe this is defendable. But unfortunately, I just blunder. I play... I forgot about this piece. I played Knight D5, and it's my final mistake of the game. Once this is played, he obviously takes, and yeah, the moves don't matter at this point. So I actually did move my king, and then I resigned. So yeah, it is what it is. I wonder what my accuracy would be without that move. Probably decent, but yeah, if I had played this move, which is what I wanted to, Knight to B5. According to the computer, he should be defending the pawn, which is what he said he was going to do. Although, actually, rook takes a little bit better. I thought that he was going to go rook takes. I thought this line. And they want me to just go back. I was going to play this. And this is like trapping it, basically. Huh. Still a game from this position. If I take, he plays here, which is what he said he was going to do. The game goes on, but G5. Doesn't he just win the pawn now? What's wrong with this? C7. I don't think I would have found that move, to be honest. Yeah. Alright, well, it is what it is. I then resign the game. Yeah, he takes. I guess I'll play, you know, I'll play out the other couple moves, because why not? Played king f5. He goes bishop g8. I play e4. And he plays rook takes. And here is where I resign the game. So, yeah. that's the game. I know I was really low on commentary. Took a lot out of me. I really felt like I had battled back, but yeah. Oh well. Let's save this game. I wouldn't say a disaster, but I went 1 win, 3 loss in the Tuesday Swiss. I'm going to play on Thursday to try to rectify this. I'm kind of curious what the engine says as far as total accuracy. I mean, I didn't play badly. We both played the opening well. I played the end game, rather the mid game, quite a lot worse than him. Then the end game, I made it interesting, but we played actually a similar strength at the end game. I never, looking at the engine, I said I thought at some points I was drawing. It looks like I never was. I battled kind of hard, and then there's only so much battling. But yeah, White built an end game advantage and then delivered the finishing blow. Hard to argue with that. He played better moves than me. It is what it is. I had the one blunder, which was brutal. It looks like we both had a miss. I'm not that unhappy with it. I think my opponent's quite good. I think I had a few opportunities. I can't believe... I mean, I was only... Yeah. Ugh. Man, I spent a lot of time on this move. This move, oops. Yeah, I really wasn't sure which knight to move. If I found that one, obviously the game goes a lot differently. I just thought I needed to be able to play f6. Nothing wrong with these moves. I did not see this. I did take with the right piece. I really needed to just find the king move. Or trade off the queens. I need to look for more of these queen trades, I think. Instead I get my knight in the game. This was definitely a mistake. This is a miss. Knight b6. If only I could have found this move. Then everything is okay. What would have happened here? a2. Yeah, he retreats the bishop, but like then what? Now h7 or d7. I needed to find the king h7 to have a chance to win this one, basically. Yeah, that was it. Again, accordingly, this was a miss, but it's still very strong. It's a great move. Yeah, if I find even h7 here is okay. Right, he just takes. I did not see this, of course. Oh. Alright, yeah, once he slams this, I just didn't see it. Tactics. I'm in trouble. This is the better move, I guess. Yeah, and now at this point, I'm just lost. Yeah, I was pretty screwed over here. I really did battle very hard looking at the computer. I told him when we were on the tee that I thought at some point I had equality, but it looks like I never had equality. He plays rook h1 and then pushes the pawn. Then I'm in trouble. But he didn't find it. And he gave me a chance. When I seal up e5, really, this is where in the game I really should have maybe drawn here. Surprised they don't like this move. It makes sense to me. Rook c8 is more accurate. I don't know why. They do like this move. Knight d4 immediately here, but if I play knight d4... Yeah, he just plays e3. What am I supposed to do here? I'm just supposed to take pawns. Okay. Interesting. Maybe this would have been better to go into, obviously. I mean... Interesting. I win that race. So in this position, if I just push d2, it's a game. Because he has to play rook h1. Now I play h8. Wouldn't he just play this here? What's wrong with this move? It's the same position, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I mean, once I got to this position, I really thought that, you know, I was okay. A computer, again, wants me to play knight check on d4 with the idea of winning these pawns. Hard to find that. Still lost for me. I mean, I'm just winning a lot of pawns here. Oh, and then I blunder. They think... I mean, they don't mind my making the queen. Yeah, it is the best move. Okay. I don't know why it says it's an inaccuracy. When you look at the options, and literally, it's the best one. So I don't know what the computer wants from me. They want this move. Knight g5. So that I can win this. We're back at square one here, is the problem. He said that he was going to go into this, and this looks like a draw. And then was just drawn. All right. Whatever. All right. I'm sorry my analysis was really lacking. I just, you know, the opening was pretty good for me. My openings have been pretty strong. I needed to do. This is the move I was thinking about playing. Bishop c5. They want him to attack. Interesting. So apparently here, you're supposed to attack. Take. And then knight takes on e4. This is what he said after the game, what I guess what I'm supposed to do. And the reason why is when we reach this position, he cannot castle. And yeah, then I would take. And yeah, it's just good for me. Yeah, we should have just gone into this. Again, it's better for me. I can castle. Yeah. Well, you know, you live and learn. You live and learn. I'm just going to review that one spot one more time. Because I feel like I played pretty decently here. They want me to go bishop B, or knight B to D7. But I like this move. Again, I'm supposed to just find this. It was the other move I was thinking of. Oh, buddy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. If we played it from this position, where he now goes G5, I play C5 here. And the reason why is when he plays knight takes there, now is when I want to take with the knight. And this is good for me. Ugh. Conceptually, this makes a lot of sense. Like I don't know what I was thinking. Well, clearly I was not thinking long enough. I mean, even from this position, I'm like, I did play decently. He's supposed to sack, but when he doesn't find the sack, when he plays this, I thought this was very scary. But I just should just move my king. I just go king h7. And I am just better here. Say he plays... What do they want to play? D2. Let's just say he plays a developing move. D2. My plan was to play queen f6, which is a good move. Yeah. Yep. And then he told me he would move his queen back. He would have to do this. And now I can play my bishop. I can develop it here. And this is the position we should have reached, honestly. This is the position we should have reached. Damn. I can't believe this was a miss, because this is so scary. And the reason why it's a miss is I need to find that move, which is really hard to play. I can't believe I missed this. Queen g6. And yeah, from this position, I'm just fucked. Yeah, and then I defended as well as I could. Alright, this has been long enough. That's the conclusion of the August Tuesday Swiss. I did not finish in last. I believe I finished in second last out of 6. We'll lose some rating points. My opponent played very well. He's heading back to France soon, he said. Shout out to Dumiso, nice guy. Again, apologies, I'm like quite worn out, very, very tired. It was an exhausting game, didn't sleep that much. Not saying any of that as an excuse, just kind of counterfactually speaking. And it's interesting, looking at the review, like the chart. I battled very well, almost to near equality, but I was never better. He never blundered where like it was over. And I did try my best with different tricks. I tried to make it hard. He actually played quite well. It is really high rated, so it is what it is. I'll try to do better next time. I will be playing the next Swiss, I think. And I'm going to try to probably play Club Night on Thursday. Alright, have a wonderful night, everybody. Peace.